All right. Well, better late than never, Teresa, that's for sure.
There, I got my mic. I was having difficulties. Yes,
Turn
definitely.
on your microphone.
Yep,
We're
I'm ready to
here.
go.
And look at Teresa's all ready to do some painting.
Yes, some watercolor.
Watercolor painting. Today we're having a craft along, and it's Watercolor Wednesday, and Teresa's here. So good morning, Teresa.
Good morning.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Memory Bound. It's our big bike ride day. We've been talking about it, and today the bicyclists will be coming through town, and I read, Teresa, there's 55,000. It's going to be a record day for this big, this is the river to river, border to border bike ride. That's an annual thing. It's been going on for 50 years.
Register's annual Great Bike Ride Across Iowa. That's
the
the Register's our newspaper, our Des Moines newspaper.
Good job.
Yep, that's what it stands for.
So what we're doing today, other than putting out a lot of freight and waiting for our 49 in Market truck to arrive, is we're going to do some watercoloring with Teresa. And we want to show you the Halloween that came in from Tim Holtz. So
favorite.
I know it's Christmas in July, Teresa, but we're going to take a little break, and we're going to hit Halloween in July for just a little bit. So we've got fabric, we've got the new dyes, and now we have the new ideology. But Teresa, before we show Halloween, let's show these things up there on the corner of the table, because I don't know if we showed that those were back in stock.
Yep.
And we've had a lot of requests for them.
These are the quote labels, and they're $9.99, and they're rectangle, and they're chipboard, and they're fun. There's just a variety of sentiments on there. You get 48
and
of
then
those.
I did grab the frames that those fit into, because a lot of people might not realize it, but Tim did a good thing. He does a lot of good things, and we love it, and we love Tim. So those quote chips fit right into the label frames.
Yeah.
So if you're getting the quote chips, you might pick up a label frame.
And those are $9.99, and you get six different frames.
Denise just told me a scary thing. Speaking of Halloween, she says, "I hope your truck is not delayed due to the bike ride." I didn't even think about that.
I did. I was like, well,
but
traffic was good this morning, so it just depends on where they're coming from.
Well, they're not. Yeah. Oh,
are they coming from the north? I don't know.
We hope it doesn't get delayed.
Yeah.
All right. This has had a lot of excitement, and Janet has pictures of Diane's fabric book that she and Kim, our customer Kim, made.
Yep. Fabric journal, and they're $6.99.
And
you can cover those with other fabric.
Janet will get pictures out of that soon. And
really cool.
And Kim, I have been gone, but I do want to thank you for the beautiful card she sent me. I need to bring that in so I can show everybody. But it was, Teresa, it was like a pop-up, and it had like a red pickup on the front.
Oh,
it was so nice.
Fun.
Okay, now this is ideology from last year that we have.
I was going to say, this looks familiar.
I'm confusing Teresa because I went and grabbed.
Oops,
so that's
this is
tape.
the tape, and it's $9.99.
So let me try to get, there we go. That's his design tape, and that is used on a project that Judy was in, and she's making the project. It was on one of Tim's makers, and they actually used the tape to put around a frame. And here's the little pumpkins.
Those are $6.99, and you get 3 different sizes, 9 total.
Now these are not available in the new collection, so if you want to get those, we have a few left.
Last year, yep.
All of the last year things, we have a few left, so if you want to pick some, this is the last droplet.
Halloween droplet.
Right. Well, I don't think we have any Christmas ones either.
Yeah.
I'm
those
disappointed
are fun.
that he didn't bring those back.
I like
they
those
were
colors.
Really popular.
Yeah.
So, and then the rub-ons, we have 2 of these left. Remnant rubs is what he calls them, and you get 2 sheets.
Yep.
So we've got those, and then we're off to the. Oh, we got one more thing.
Oh, where's the new ones?
We don't
of
have
these?
them.
Uh-oh.
I didn't get them. We'll
ding,
get
ding.
And I call those licorice sticks, but they're confections for Halloween.
$6.99. So these are black and white, but wait till you see the ones we got this year.
We didn't get them, but we will go and grab them before we.
Yeah.
So there is new backdrops. We actually have some Halloween backdrops from last year. I think we have 2 left. So if you want to get some of last year's, we have 2 left.
Confections. Pardon me? We need the new ones.
Okay. All right. So I opened up a package so you can see what the new 2023 backdrops are for Halloween.
Ooh, lace.
They're really, I mean, they don't have to be Halloween,
No.
Teresa.
But I can see how they would be perfect for Halloween or just something really grungy that you like.
Thank you, Gloria. So if you're wanting to do some
Oh, look at the wood
makes
grain.
or check out Tim's video,
Ooh.
this
Oh, I love that.
that well,
That's
some of
fun.
those match the tape that we just showed, the design tape.
Oh, yeah.
There's that
He does
little
that
crackle,
sometimes.
and there's that orange. I don't know what you would call that. Marbly blobby. I like the stripe. I like
Oh,
the
the
wood.
purple.
There's got some purple. So with the backdrops, you're going to get 24 double-sided sheets, and that is $9.99.
Yep.
Okay, we're skipping around a bit, aren't we? Should we show the rest of the ideology, and then
Yeah.
we'll come back to the Sizzix. We wanted to give you a review of the Sizzix also.
This is fun. Shattered windows. They'll have an angled.
Maybe just up, just like that. Well, I can, okay. I'm going to say hi to everybody. So hi, everybody. You can see myself in there. And then I'll step back.
It's $5.99. Here, maybe we can show it from the back, too.
And on the
Because
front,
there's two different styles
and,
of cracked.
and Teresa, on the front, it tells you how many are in there.
20 pieces.
20?
Yeah, so probably 10 of each, I would
Oh
assume.
my gosh. I think that's going to be a big seller.
Yeah, is it like, it's a transparency. Ooh, fun. Oh, you're going to use alcohol ink on this. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be some cool stuff.
That'll be fun.
Okay, we have a couple questions. Tim is re-releasing his sprays, and we have them on order and they have shipped, so we are going to be getting some sprays. I'm not sure what year they're from, but we are getting the sprays for Halloween. And
Oh, he was going to go every other year with the ones with the
well, we're getting them. I don't know which ones we're getting, but we are getting Halloween mica sprays. I'm not sure.
Probably a purple, orange, and green, I think is what
I
he
think there's
had.
a couple different
Or
ones.
and then a gray. Yeah, there was.
So there's a couple different ones, and that's coming. And we have a couple Halloween card kits that we have available. We just need to put them back online, get them online, and we'll be doing some other Halloween things. And then watch for Maggie. She's got, oh you guys, she's got some really cool maker makes, and one of them will be a kit that you can make with her that's actually built on an old book. And if you want to do a Tim Holtz thing, it's the perfect way to do it, because she'll be teaching you how. And all right, so
These are bubbles,
bubbles are back,
and you can also use alcohol ink on these to color these. They're fun.
and we have a question about Shattered. How much it is, Teresa? Was it $5.99?
$5.99.
Wow, that seems inexpensive.
These are $6.99 for the bubbles.
Okay.
And then we have the drippy candles. You get 9 of those. It looks like different sizes for $5.99.
And those are
Those
back.
are fun.
So we're glad to have those back.
And then these, you get 8 pieces of adornments. So you get some spiders and some really cool vines. He's had the spiders before.
I think
He
the
must have
vines
had
are
the
new.
vines. I don't know. They look new to me. I don't remember those. That's $7.99. That's really fun. And then the display domes are back,
You get
$7.99.
3.
Yep.
And they're probably about 3 inches tall, maybe?
Yeah, you could probably put these
Oh, yeah.
skulls in there. Skulls and bones for $8.99.
So he's taken some things that used to be separate and then combining them, because it used to be the bones were separate and the skulls were separate, and now they're all together.
Thank goodness.
Keeping the money.
He has the
cloth.
mummy cloth. I love this. And Maggie uses this, and I'm going to just start using it year round because
Well, we ordered a lot of it, Teresa,
it's a
so
yeah.
even when Halloween is over,
It's a
hopefully we'll have
seasonal
some more.
item, but
It's seasonal, but
yeah.
not really seasonal.
yeah, it's good to use all year. This is the
got-
sticker
we
book.
got a new
oh
sticker book.
gosh, I love the sticker book. $6.99.
Let's look at every page. So if you're just joining us,
Oh.
we received the new Tim Holtz Halloween ideology. So we're showing you that this morning, and then we've got a watercolor craft along with Teresa.
These are fun. And then this is my favorite part, the words.
Let's see. I found him irresistible. Into the isolation chamber. She's resting. Sleep well. Again came the ghostly laughter. I felt chills down my backbone.
And these, the fun thing about these is he takes these out of books and things that are, you know, the fonts come from places.
Mischief.
That's already printed.
A vast flock of black-winged birds, someone digging in the ground, so wicked, skull and crossbones.
They're just fun.
Those are just fun. And that is $6.99 for quite a few pages.
Yeah.
Quite a few pages.
397 stickers, it says. Wow.
That's a deal, Teresa. That's a deal.
Yeah. Okay, now we have these creepy
They're little trick-or-treat boxes.
trick-or-treat. He says miniature resin vintage inspired candy buckets.
Okay.
I read the description. Those
you
are
get two of them for
$6.99.
$6.99.
Yeah.
I bet there's a lot of those coming out in his.
Yeah,
with
you
his
could put the
makers.
little lights in there.
That's the other thing we don't have is
Yeah,
the lights.
the lights. This is a miniature frame and metal stand, like a candle stand, for $8.99.
Hey, Katie, could you get us the Halloween lights?
I bet you could glue the candles on top
Can
of
you
there.
get us the Halloween lights? Oh yeah, drippy candles would be
Drippy
perfect
candles,
on
yep.
there.
All right, now we have the Gothic gates. Those are
And
fun for
He's had the
$8.99.
gates before, and this is a little different because
Yeah.
he's
I
got the
love
lock
the
and
key.
keys.
That's so cute.
Thank you, Katie.
All right, here is the word plaques. I'm gonna.
I love it
For
how Teresa
$7.99.
has to spend time looking
I
at
know.
them herself before
Well,
she can show them to
They
us.
were in boxes when I left yesterday, so I didn't get to really look at them.
So it's nice because they've combined the little bit longer word strip, and then you've got the
I
round,
love the
like
little
a seal,
ones.
and then you've got these little ones like we've got for general.
This is $7.99. I'm gonna have to get this one. I love the number 13. Toxic poison, curious things, something dreadfully wicked, and then the skull and crossbones. That's very cool.
And here's the tiny lights, and these are a repeat from previous years, but they're back, and they are $7.99, and you get 2 strings. One is green and one's purple. That is new, Teresa. That's a big.
This is a display globe.
Yeah. Are you able to open
I
it?
think
If
I'm
you
gonna
are, I'll
have
show
to.
something else.
Yeah.
So while you open that, why don't I show the ephemera?
Ooh, is it Dump Wednesday?
Well, it is supposed to be Dump Wednesday. That was an accident. So while Teresa opens that, here's the ephemera pack. And it's got 143 pieces. So there's a good look at everything. And Maggie likes to have our Wednesday hump dump day. So I dumped them out on this tray just so you could see 143 pieces. There's big ones, there's little ones. Here's just a little stamp. There's a little circle.
Lots of 31s. I like that.
31s they're fun to use.
An eye.
Here's a long, and there's long strips.
Ooh, look, another eye.
Yeah, eyeballs.
An owl.
Oh, I like the owl too.
A
Oh, there's
ladybug.
a bug.
Is that ladybug Halloween?
Hey, bugs are Halloween.
Bat.
I always love little cards like this too.
Oh, yeah.
So that is the ephemera, and the ephemera is $8.99 for 143 pieces. I think sometimes there's the same things that he's done, but then he always throws in new things, like for skill and amusement only. I don't know where he gets his ideas, but I love it.
Yes.
Okay,
So we have the display globe. I'm a little nervous because it feels like it's glass. Yeah. And then it has this cork. And he actually, it's $12.99, and on the box he has an example of, I think that's a paper doll, a skull. You could just do a variety of things in there.
You could put your own picture in there too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have to be a paper doll.
But then look at this, Christmas. So don't, you have to, he's always saying, think outside the box. So,
it could
it's
be,
not
it doesn't have to
necessarily
be Halloween, but it's in the
Yeah.
Halloween release.
Yeah.
And it's pretty big. I'm glad you showed the box, Teresa.
Ooh, these are layers. Should I dump this too?
Yeah. Do you want to get another? You want to get another tray? And while you do that, I could show the stamps.
Okay.
That's our last ideology. You know what? While she does that, I'm going to show the fabrics because we do have the Tim Holtz Halloween fabrics, and this one is a canvas. And you can buy these by the half yard or the yard. We are out of the bundles that have these 3 fabrics in them. But we've got this plaid that's kind of that green gray. And then we've got the words. I think we were calling this Edgar Allan Poe writing or something like that. I don't think that's really what it's called. And then we have the stripe, which is actually a canvas, so it's a little bit heavier. So if you want those, they're not online, but all you have to do is call us and we'll be happy to cut them. They are all running low, so they're probably not going to be here long. And while Teresa's, she's still working over here, dumping it out. And oh yeah, somebody reminded that we didn't show this either. So this is the new confections.
Oh yeah.
So we showed you last year's confections. Let me grab that so you can see it. Which was just has the black. I call it the licorice. And then what they did this year, they combined the black and the orange and the little candies and the little candy corn. And this is $7.99 for all of these pieces, 20 pieces. That's what we had to ask Lori to go and get us, Teresa, and then we forgot to show it. So what are you opening right now? This one?
I've got the layers and paper dolls because really I was thinking of buying this year.
So now she can see it.
It's very exciting because
Teresa's doing a lot of shopping today.
I am, because they've got these paper dolls, and look, some of them, I mean, they're not so creepy. I mean,
you can make
she's
them
not
as
happy,
creepy
but
as you
look at
want.
these little guys. Oh, that could be creepy, totally. You've got a 31, and then the fun thing
31s.
is, so the layers, so they've got these, like, they look like old postcards to me.
They do.
And what great, and then they've got a few of the
Like snapshots.
snapshots. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is a perfect
Photomatic.
mix. I love how he mixed it up. So it's not just paper dolls, because people were asking about the paper dolls when I used embossing on them the other day. And so there's some really
this has
fun
got 68
things.
pieces and it's
Oh my gosh.
$9.99. So you're
That's
right.
fun.
That is.
Yeah, I like this a lot, how he mixed it up. So
Jan
it's not
says
just paper
that
dolls.
with the crop this weekend, the bones are going to be picked clean. That's so true.
There you go.
Okay, so they want to know how big is the dome. Are there measurements on it that you
Well,
can?
I knew someone was going to ask that, and here we go. Approximately 4.375 by 4.
Okay,
About
so
4
it's
inches.
About 4 by 4.
Yeah.
4.25 by 4. So that's a good size.
Yeah.
Do you want to dump the baseboards since we're dumping today?
Okay.
All right, Teresa's going to dump the baseboards, and then I'll show you the stamps that we have. So we do have the Scarecrow, and the Scarecrow, he is from last year, but he's really fun, and he's fall or Halloween. He's got the corn, and I know a lot of us from the Midwest loved that corn. And then we do have Halloween doodles. We're just showing you this because the ideology is here, and you might be in the mood for Halloween during Christmas in July.
I have this Scarecrow
I
one.
think you have
really
both of
like
these.
it.
I think Teresa has both of those.
Yeah.
And then
I
here
didn't
is
get that one.
Unraveled,
There's one I didn't buy.
which is nice because you got the flock of bats. I'm here for the candy. And the spider webs are always good to add in the corners of your projects. And then this one was, I made a card with this one. Bold Frights. So this has 5 different stamps. And Teresa,
Yeah.
I think you use this too.
Yeah, I like that one too.
It's good for embossing or using the glaze.
Yep.
And then this is not Halloween, but it's entomology and it's bugs.
I
and-
use it all the time. I love the background.
And we just had a question about the new Tim Holtz stamps, and we have not seen those yet. So I bet they'll be
can't
soon.
wait.
They'll
Yeah.
bet they'll be soon. Okay, so
Oh, this is very
this
exciting.
is our 3rd dump of the day.
Yeah, because
This
he
is
did.
and it's exciting too.
It is, because it's $10.99 and you get 54 pieces. But look, he did the strips.
Oh yeah.
Has he done that with Halloween before? I don't remember these.
I can't say.
A strange thing that
I like the
happened.
strips.
Maybe
He's
he
done it
did.
for Christmas.
Yeah, he's done them for Christmas. So I just think that's fun. And then you've got these baseboard pieces. You know, some of them, this will pop out. I'm not going to pop it out. But the
I
window.
like the windows. Oh, look at that one with the flower frame.
Oops, I got it upside down. Shutters. You know, there's all sorts of things that you can do with mixed
These
media.
are $10.99.
And then look what you get. You get 2
Oh.
pieces. I
Like
don't know if they
acetate.
can see it.
Here, will it show on the back
here,
of that?
let's, there, how's that?
Oh, you put them together.
So
Maybe put
what
the
you can
acetate,
do is
behind.
something like that. But here, this is a piece, I think this is like what, that whole other package.
Somebody just asked if the shattered will line up with the windows, and they will because
They're
you
bigger.
just trim them down.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's pretty cool,
I don't know
isn't
where,
it?
Tim, I don't know where you got
I
that
know.
shattered idea, but I absolutely love it.
And then you get
little
all these
acetate
bats, these acetate bats,
So
different
that
sizes.
is 54 pieces.
Yeah.
Then. That was called baseboards and transparencies.
I love the combination idea.
I know what
think
Teresa's
that is
going
fun.
home with today.
Yeah, Halloween. Forget Christmas.
Okay. Yeah, Christmas in July. We're doing Halloween. Okay, did we
the
hit
embossing folders.
Oh, okay. So these were embossing folders that were released from Sizzix new this year, and I think that's called Tapestry.
Yep, that's $13.99.
And this is last year, and this
I
is
was
the one
gonna
that
say.
surprised me the most last year
What's it called? Skulls.
because I didn't order very many, and we had to reorder it multiple times.
Yeah, $12.99 for that one. And then these, is this one old too? $13.99.
No, those are new.
This
Those are
is
both
Reptile.
New. Reptile.
Oh, that's right. I knew
think
the
that's
wood one is, yes.
and bark, and those
Cracked.
are both new. Or cracked.
Cracked.
I'm sorry.
And then somebody did the cracked one. Somebody must have bought that. Ooh, that is
Yeah,
fun.
we did that sample when these got released and we got them in. We did show that. Okay, then let's hit the dies. We have, I think, 3 or maybe.
Do you want to see
5.
the last year's first?
Yeah, let's see last year's first. Teresa and I are going to have a mess to clean up
I
over
know.
here, aren't we?
This is Trick or Treat colorized. I have that one. It's fun. So there's a few pieces in there. There's 29 if you like to layer.
Steve says the skulls are so cool, and they were. That was one of Kelly's miss buys.
Yes. Here's Myron. He's adorable.
Good for Halloween.
Lots and beyond, I'd
Yeah.
say. And then this one is called Falling Stars. It's $16.99, and it's kind of just a
It could be Christmas
background.
or
Yep.
patriotic or anything.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It's also
That'd be
nice
a-
for Halloween night.
good one.
Jan says years ago someone created a shattered TV screen and birds coming out of it. They used Tim's TV. It's very cool.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Like the birds, Hitchcock.
that sounds really good.
This is Mischievous, and this was last year too. And these guys are so cute. And again, something you can use all
They
year
can be
round.
Halloween or not Halloween.
Yeah.
Something for cat lovers
They're
or
very
animal
cute.
lovers.
And this one's called Spencer, and he's $22.99. He's from last year also. And you got a few, this is a colorized also, so you have some layers that you can do and make them pretty fancy.
And different colors. He could be pink for the Barbie movie, Teresa.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is pink these days because of Barbie.
Okay.
And I love Barbie. I grew up on Barbie.
So this one is called Halloween Night, and it's $29.99. And I bought this one. I haven't cut it out yet, but these 3 are separate. They're big, and then these 3 are smaller, and they're all hooked together. And then you get the little pumpkins just separately that you can die cut to lay on top, so you don't have to fussy cut it. But it's very cute. I can't wait to use
Cute.
it.
We're going to be seeing it because Teresa's going to be using it.
All right, this one's called Graveyard, and it's $34.99. And it's got some headstones. This is really nice. You could use that year-round too, as well as this. Think about the things that you could have coming out of that little bowl.
Is that like an urn? I don't know what that's supposed to be. But it's different.
It kind of, you could make these like spider's legs, I was thinking.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm
for
trying to
sure.
think how you
Yes,
could
for
use
sure.
it. Yeah.
I'm trying not to say yeah, but I'm saying it. So.
This one's called Big Frights, and it has a little bit of everything. The boo and the eek, which are going to fit on a regular A2 card, and then you have the skull and crossbones, the spider, the moon, and the bats. Really nice set. Oh, you know what? This guy was from last year too, Otis.
Otis. I love the
I forgot
names.
Otis.
You want to know, next time you get to market, if Tim is there, I'm going to ask him how he names his things.
Yeah, because they're fun. Then this one is new. It's called Layered Dots for $34.99. And I've heard that there are amazing makes out there with this. I haven't been on social media lately because I was on vacation, but I've heard that it's wonderful.
Well, and it's happy. It's Halloween.
yeah.
Depending on the
And-
colors you use, you can use it for anything.
Right. Yeah. So this is a year-round die as well that you could use for lots of things. Then we have Edison. So he's this year's colorized die. And he's a
And
jack-o'-lantern.
he's pretty cute too.
And you get the clouds too, which is a fun
Little
add-on.
Little
Yeah.
bonus.
And then Moonlight. And I believe this is,
I was told that's the #1 seller of
Yeah.
this release.
it's like, he had the stencil, and now he has the die, which is fun. And then all those bats, which are fun.
And they're not separate. They're on. There's a couple dies that
Yeah,
have
you get
a bunch
10.
of bats. So
And remember, if you're looking at the packaging, you can always see, it says down here 10 dies, but you can look and see what the 10 dies are. So there's 4 dies for the moon,
and then
and then the rest are
your bats.
your bats. Yep.
All right, so that is Halloween.
You got everything? You showed the fabric?
Oh, Jan has a great idea for this. She says Google eyes.
Oh.
Putting Google eyes in some of those holes. I love
That
it.
would
I
be
love
fun.
it. Yep, we talked about fabric. We have a few more of the fabric bundles, our other Halloween fabric bundle that Chris was cutting for us today. And these 3 fabrics are all going to be just sold by the yard or the half yard while they last. Okay, well, Teresa, I think we are ready. Good morning, everybody. If you're just joining us, it's Christmas in July with Halloween because the Tim Holtz Halloween ideology arrived, and we wanted you to see it because it is amazing, and we got quite a bit of it. So we showed you all of that, and we have a little bit of it from last year. And we got Teresa here. Now we got to get back to Christmas mode, Teresa. And Teresa has her Christmas shirt on.
I do.
You're lucky you have a lot of
ready to
Christmas
go.
shirts.
Well, I have a few t-shirts, mostly sweaters and stuff. And so I'm like, it's going to be like 100 today. I'm not going to wear
it's
a
going to be
sweater.
100 in Iowa. So
Yeah.
if you've come to visit, wear short sleeves.
Have your AC on. Yeah. All right, so today we're going to do the watercolor, and I kind of said before that one of the things that we're going to need today is a pencil sharpener, and we have the Prism one that Tim kind of showed, and we have a couple of those, but I was just going to show, it has 2 holes for sharpening that they'll fit into, so you want to make sure that you're
They look about the same, so how do you know what's what?
Well, it has a little picture. You probably can't see it. That this one is really pointy. I usually use the one on the left.
The less pointy?
Yeah, the less pointy one. And when you want to make sure that your pencil actually fits into your pencil sharpener. I did not know, but there's different size holes. And the Prism one is nice for that. And then it pops out, and your shavings can go right in there, which we are going to use today. So we're going to make new colors with our pencils today.
So you might have a pencil sharpener that you can try, and if you don't, we do have the Prismacolor one that Tim used and showed when he debuted his watercolor pencils.
How much those are? I think they're $8.99. And then I'm also going to be using the ink palette. And it's $7.99. You don't have to use this, but if you want to save the color that you make, then it's a good way to save your color. Mine is a little bit messy, but. And so what we did is we made some.
Teresa,
I don't
thank
know
you
what
for
to call
doing
these.
that. It's a panel.
Yeah, it's a
you cut in
watercolor
half.
panel. And so I used some Tim Holtz stamps, and maybe we should just show those.
Yeah.
So the one that is used most frequently on these is this one called the Holiday Sketchbook. And it is on sale for 50% off. And you might remember that Katie used this last year to make the cutest little note cards that were adorable. But what I did is I made one, and they're perfect for the slimline cards. I like the small one, so you can just make a scene, I guess. Is that what you want to call it? A scenery. And then they also work really cute on tags. And we'll do another, I'll show you another tag, but those are the 2 that we did.
They're normally $24.99, and they're half off. It's the Tim Holtz release just from last Christmas.
Yeah, it was last Christmas.
And what do you get? 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 stamps. So you get the sayings along with the images.
They're really nice sayings too. I do like those.
And we've got them half off because we had a double shipment come in. and didn't mean to. And Laura said she got one on sale, so that's good.
Oh, good. The other stamp that I used, which I thought went perfectly, is called Darling Christmas. And that one I used these pieces.
Oh,
I
the
just
garland?
think the garland is just amazing to use. The other stamps are really super cute as well.
Here's the garland, and here's the garland.
Yep. So I really like that stamp set. And Diane is using this. I don't know if she used it in her album, maybe. I know she used it for something.
It might have been her cloth. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I know I borrowed hers. I don't have that stamp. Shocking, but I borrowed her stamp. Then I used eccentric. Wonder what I used that for.
That's eccentric.
I think I used this.
So
Yeah.
Teresa took multiple stamps and she stamped these up for us so that you can get them already stamped
Yep.
and ready to go on watercolor paper.
And then I used holiday postmarks, which is a classic favorite for me, $29.99. So you can see the postmarks. I used 3 of them on there. This one is just a circle that I stamped the number 25 in.
So here is the circle, and then she just put a 25 in the middle of it.
Yep.
You
So
really
those
go
are
all
the-
out for us,
Yeah.
Teresa, and we appreciate it.
Those are all the stamps that I used today. And then, you know, Tim has 3 different stamp sets. They're $24.99.
Watercolor pencils.
Yep. What did I say?
Stamp sets.
Stamp sets.
Teresa's still on. We did
I'm
see
still thinking
Tim's
about the
stamp
stamp
sets.
sets.
Now
Yeah.
we're on the watercolor pencils.
Yeah, so there's 3 different sets. And I did use a combination of those, but I'm going to show you one of the ones I'm going to show you just using number 1. I know some people started with number 1, and you can do the same thing today
No
with
matter
number
what-
1,
no
matter
matter
which
what
set
set
you
you
have. I like all 3 of them. And then we do have the watercolor
The charts?
swatches. Yeah, the charts. And we have 2 of them. They come plain.
So they come like this.
Yes, and then you do the swatches. So this is probably the one that'll be beneficial to you guys. I use it quite a bit when I'm trying to pick what color I want to use. So it has it in Roy G. Biv, which I love also.
Which is the rainbow,
yes.
in case you're not familiar
Yes,
with it.
red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. And then the browns and grays we don't care about. No, we do. Tim's favorite down at the bottom. This one tells you what sets they're in. So set 1, set 2, and set 3. And maybe you're curious and like to know that.
Teresa, are those like 99 cents?
Yeah,
or-
those are 99
They're 99
cents.
cents. You can download this yourself and print it at home if you want to. We go ahead and we download them and print them on laser, so they're printed on waterproof and a smooth cardstock, so they're good for your swatching.
Yeah, I just want to show the size that I use is a slim line number 6 that I matted the watercolor piece on today, and those are $2.99. And then we have the envelopes as well for the number 6. So if you want to do that.
Those are handy because you don't have to
Yeah.
cut them; they're already done.
And originally I didn't think I would like the slim line, but surprise, surprise, I do like the slim line.
Here's her sample of her slimline
Yeah.
card right there. Teresa, before you go on, I want to share. Bev said she saw a news segment that a doctor said if you put your Christmas tree in your living room right now, you'll feel a few degrees cooler.
Really?
So, we'll
you know,
have to
some
see.
people decorate their Christmas trees with other things. So, you know, maybe a Ragbri Christmas tree or.
So if you
I
want to
don't
feel
know.
cooler, and it is going to be a warm one today.
Okay. So, your color pencils, you guys know, come in sets. But I like mine in
You mixed
rainbow
yours up.
color.
That's hard.
Yeah. So I just like them that way. And then I have to tell you one thing. You know, these crayons are made from pigment. And if you drop them or drop a whole tray, you might have some breakage.
And you speak from personal experience.
Yes, on my wood floor. But you know what? It has a plastic covering, and I'm not really concerned about it because I'm going to be able to sharpen this end or maybe even this end. And then I had another mishap. Look at this one.
Teresa's mishap.
They dumped, yeah, and the
my gosh, you
the
lost
tip
the whole
broke
tip?
right out. But I'll still use that. And so I just peeled down some
And
of the
sharpened
plastic and sharpened it, and no worries.
So don't drop your watercolor pencils on the floor.
Don't freak your freak.
Don't freak your freak?
Yeah, don't freak your freak if you drop them. It's fine. No worries.
Well, we can tell that you use yours a lot and
I
that
do.
you are enjoying them. And that's what craft products are for. They're to use.
I know I use the kitsch a lot and the peeled paint, because you guys know I love green, are probably the two most ones that I use the most. But all right, so if you want to get the colors out that we're using today, for the Let It Snow one, I'm going to be using the Prize ribbon. And look at how messy my pencils are. I know. I saw somebody said they bought a second one just to have a pretty clean one, a second set of all of them. Because I'm like, no, I like to see that I use mine. This is good right here. It's messy but good. So you want Prize ribbon, which is that's from set number 2. Then we have Rustic Wilderness, which is from set number 3. And then I did use a little bit of speckled egg on this one. Now,
so is that this one?
That's this one.
This card? Okay.
That's this one. So the idea that I had is, I think this kind of looks like, what is that one color? Pine needles he has? There's not really, if you look at the set, there isn't really a
teal.
Yeah, what is that, like piney? What's the color that he has?
It's not pine needles.
No,
well, Teresa,
I don't have it.
I'm going to go over and
Should I
get
ding
it? I'm going to go over and get it.
You go look at the colors of ink.
Teresa is making a color with the watercolor pencils, and it's a color of pencil that he hasn't come out with. And I'm going to say yet, and I think she's making Evergreen Bough.
That's it.
She said that's it.
Oh, I yelled. I hope I just yelled into my microphone.
That's okay.
I'm yelling to you. That's it. Yes. So I was going for Evergreen Bough.
You did a good job, Teresa.
Oh, look at that.
Look at.
So here, maybe that one's even better.
So you were making your own color.
I was going for a Christmas tree green. I love peeled paint and Rustic Wilderness. But if you want a real Christmas tree green, he doesn't have that in his pencils. And maybe someday he'll come out with it.
It depends on what green you like. Rustic Wilderness could be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and I would definitely use peeled paint. But I thought it would be fun to mix colors, because you can mix colors. That's the nice thing about these pigments.
That's what I didn't know you could do.
Yeah. So I was going for Evergreen Bough. It's not my favorite color, and I don't even have that color ink.
I can't believe you don't have it. I love it.
Maggie loves Evergreen Bough. I know she does, but it's just not for me. So that's the one we're going to do today using these 3 colors. But if you just have set number 1, you could use peeled paint. And
that's got peeled paint in it?
Yep, that's peeled paint.
Wow.
And Salty Ocean. That's the one that I broke.
Broke the tip off?
So if you just have set number 1, then these would be your replacement colors that you could use. Oh my gosh,
I can't believe those make that.
And maybe you like that better than the one that I did. It's just really a personal preference. But, whoops. I'm going to leave this.
Can you ring the bell for a second?
All right.
Hey, Chris.
So, we're going to take...
Can you fix that so it's really that and not... Okay. So it is.
Then the other thing you're going to want to get out is your pencil sharpener. And I'm using my spray bottle today. I know one time that I was sharpening and put sharpening things in here, I was having difficulty, but I figured out how I like to do it. Oh, you know what else I need?
I can't wait to see what you're doing. You did a new way.
My color,
Your paintbrush?
My paintbrush.
Teresa forgot
That
to
would
tell
be a
you
good
one
thing.
item. You do need a
Yes.
paintbrush.
And I'm using the number 4 from this set, but you have to find what works for you. This is a really nice set, and I do use some of the other brushes as well. Ooh, this one was the big one I used to
We use that to swish across, didn't
yes,
we?
to swish. But today I'm using the number 4 again, now that I have that. So you do need a paintbrush, your sharpener, some sort of water sprayer, and then I'm going to use this tray, but I can also just do it on my mat. I've got one of the mats.
Yes.
What are
The
those called?
media. We'll get one for sure
Yeah.
to clear it up.
I forget because I just slap it down and use it every time I go, and I forget that it's something that I should tell people
your
about.
glass media mat.
Yeah, I love
But
it.
also, Teresa has it just stuck down, and it kind of does stick
Yeah,
to the table.
yeah, and
Chris
you
is
can
gonna
clean
get us
it off. If it doesn't stick, you can clean it off, and it provides a nice surface so that you don't get your table messy.
Perfect.
So, okay. So what you're going to do is you're just going to sharpen and make a new color. So I'm just going to start with the Rustic Wilderness.
So we're just sharpening. We're not painting yet.
We're not painting yet. And I'm just going to sharpen. And you know, when you get to a certain point, you start to get...
Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
you start to get a little bit of the plastic. And so you can just take your
peel it
scissors
back.
or probably even your finger. It's just a little plastic, and you can just peel it right off if you don't want to get the plastic in with your colors, which you probably don't. So you can, or when your pencil gets dull and you want it to be sharpened, like, a lot of mine are, like, look at this spice marmalade. See that?
It's a little dull.
That probably needs to be sharpened. So, okay. Did you show the mat?
No.
Okay, here's the media mat. It's $24.99.
And super handy. We
Yes.
have sold a lot of those. So if you got the glass media mat of Tim's, it fits perfectly, or just use it on its own.
So I did quite a bit of green in there. And you can see
Oh wait,
yours.
I'm not even looking.
Sorry.
I'm reading a comment.
What, were you
Okay.
fixing your
So-
hair?
No. Okay, there it is.
So there's the green, my shavings. And I think this is the one that I made before. But I will just make a new one
So
and
you just
see.
put the shavings in there,
So I just put the shavings in there.
and that was peeled paint.
Yep. And I'm just going to start by just squirting a little bit of water in there. And look at all these shavings on the side. I missed a little bit. That's all right.
So this was the media surface mat. We just had a question. Thanks, Janet. She's got it all linked for us. We love
so-
having Janet back.
I'm putting a little bit more water in there, and I'm just using my paintbrush to just get the pigment to melt into the water there so that all the little chunkies go away, and it just turns into a little...
So Teresa, if you don't have this distress
Yeah, you can do it
palette,
right
just
on
do it
your
on
table.
mat? Okay.
Yep, right on your mat. This way I can save the color.
Right. You can see these other pigments.
Yep,
that
these are
Teresa
colors
has.
that I've made. These are just, I just know what they are. You could do whatever you want and label them somehow, maybe on the top lid. All right. I always have a hard time getting it back in. I don't know why. It goes a certain way, and you just have to...
Oh, putting the lid back on.
Putting the lid back on.
So
I feel silly.
is your next color?
The next color is Prize Ribbon.
Prize ribbon. So this is kind of fun for everybody, whether you want to do these colors or play around with
Yeah.
what you have and mix
can
them
do-
together.
We can do a different color later. So then I just sharpened a little bit. Ooh, I might have gotten a little plastic in there. Yeah, see, here's what it looks like when you get a little bit of plastic. So I try and peel that off before. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit in. I've still got some more, but I'm just gonna dump that in there and see what my color. I think I might have done too much blue. Maybe
You
not.
might just have a different color than what we had before.
Yeah, I don't think you're ever going to be able to exactly duplicate the
it's
color.
just like mixing paint.
Yeah, you just kind of have to go. That's really that evergreen bough, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. looks good.
Yeah, I like that. And you just want to get all the chunkies. That's why. And you can always add a little bit more water. Let's see.
See how she looks.
Ooh, that's really dark.
It's really dark, but it's pretty.
You think that looks green or more of a teal? Maybe I need more green.
Looks teal. It's a bluey teal.
Yeah.
So if you want it lighter, Teresa, do you just put more water in it, or what do you do, or put in some lighter shavings?
You could, or you could add a little bit of white.
Oh, yeah, I forget about white.
Mm-hmm. I've got that one sharpened pretty good, but I can still. I think I need to peel.
She's gonna peel. She's peeling.
I don't like the plastic in there. You can take it out.
Here is a tag that Teresa made with the same panel. And if you want to get one of these, they are laser printed on watercolor paper, so they're waterproof. And it's on the watercolor paper, and then she did kind of some purples and greens on this one.
Now, if you're stamping at home,
I really like this one though.
You want to use your archival inks to stamp so that they don't run. And this is just that set of 4 for $13.99. It's kit number 3.
And this is the Tim Holtz archival inks. So they are waterproof. Whatever, if you have jet black from Ranger, but you want a waterproof ink if you are making up your own things. And Teresa, I think people can see what you've done here and look at their own stamps and mix them up together.
Yeah, definitely. So
you're going to add some white,
add a little bit of white, and see if that works.
I'm going to show I'm going to show your cup also. She's got her watercolor cup here.
You know why I said uh-oh is because I didn't put all the blue in, so I still have some blue
there's some blue in there.
Let's see.
So this is the collapsible water cup, and I've told this before, so sorry if you have to hear it again, but I thought the tulip top was just decorative, but it's actually to hold your brush so it doesn't roll off, and that's $7.99. Okay, so Teresa's mixing in a little white in there. We'll see what happens.
Oh, it's definitely changing. I think it's getting bluer.
It looks a lot like the one next door.
Yeah.
While you're mixing that, I'm going to let everybody know that the new 49 in Market, the Sunburst collection, which is really bright and cheerful, and the Christmas Spectacular collections are on their way. They landed, they're 20 miles from Memory Bound right now. They landed about 2 or 3 hours ago, and we're really hoping that we get them delivered to us today. We're ready for it. We've got Katie here, and we're going to get it checked in quickly. I know a lot of you have requested some of the things from those collections, so we're going to get those out to you. And we're really hoping, if I get a little buzz on my phone, it's going to be an alert saying, hey, we're bringing it over.
They do that?
I set it up because I didn't want to have to keep looking for it.
Now I'm going to add some more green because I think it's too
blue.
Too blue. Do you see what? You know, that's what you can do too, is just do it until you like it. Now see here, I just dumped the blue. I accidentally left blue shavings.
Oh, so here's her pile. I didn't know what I was supposed to be looking at.
And so you can just do that.
Donna, we've had another comment, people wondering if it'll get here with RagBri in Ankeny, and I sure hope so.
I'll just show you.
It is worrisome.
There's a little blue and white mixed together. Maybe you can see it better on the mat.
Well, it's definitely spread out.
Yeah. But you've got the color, so that's so much lighter than...
You know, Kathy asked about pre-ordering Sunburst. If it doesn't...
The prize ribbon.
If it doesn't get delivered today, then we will put it up for pre-order. I'm hoping it does. Oh, that's a pretty blue, Teresa.
It is. I'll just...
I think it just shows you can mix your colors and do with whatever you want.
I just want to show... Maybe you can't tell a lot.
Oh, Janet just put a link to peek at the Christmas Spectacular, and I'm sure she can do the same with Sunburst. And a big shout out to Katie Pertite for her beautiful designs once again, and for Janine at 49 and Market. They're always so supportive of Memory Bound, and we really appreciate it.
All right. So one thing you might also want is a paper towel, or maybe your microfiber cloth, just to wipe out in between colors. If you're doing a different color, you can do that.
I wonder, Teresa, if you could just take the lid off and just sharpen it with the lid off.
Oh yeah, you probably
and dump
could.
it and put it in your thing.
It
might not go right into a thing.
It might not go right into a thing. If you're just doing it on the mat, probably, yeah. All right.
Okay, are we ready to paint?
Yes.
All right, all right.
So it's pretty dark.
But I think that's okay, because you're going to show us two different types. You've got your original and then your darker.
There, I got it a little more green. I added a little more green while you were talking.
Oh, sneaky.
And so I think it's more evergreen bough than
so this
than it was. It had gone blue a little bit.
So this, if you want to make this, these panels are available, and you can really paint them any color you want.
Yeah, yeah.
But
we're just mixing, and yours is going to be different than mine.
Well, even the two that you did were different.
Yeah. That's because I use different colors, so. And then I'm just using my brush just to watercolor, you guys. And again, you know, how I feel about the lines is you can go out of the lines. You don't have to stay in the lines.
It's pretty. I like that it's different, Teresa.
And you can, you know, add a little water to your brush. I'm just using my hand. I wanted this to be a little bit lighter. I'm just going along the...
Just along the garland. And it always looks different when it dries, too.
The bow, yeah. Maybe I'll just add a little water in my mat. Seeming pretty dark. There, I like that better. I wanted it a little bit lighter, so I just put it on my mat, and I just see how dark it is right there. You can always lift a little.
Look how you lift it off, and it.
Yeah, I do that all the time. If I feel like I have too much color, you can always go back and add more color, but you can lift color off.
And Cheryl asked if it dries lighter or darker. I'm going to say lighter, but we'll find out. What would your opinion be, Teresa? Do you think it dries lighter or darker?
That's a good question.
Because I feel like these are drying up here, and they look a little lighter to me. But we're going to find out, because I think it's going to dry before we get this finished.
Yeah. And then I just use the speckled egg. You know how I dip my pen,
okay, so she's
my
dipping
pencil
her
right
pencil
into the water, and then you can just add. You see how the pencil point is smaller than the plastic? Yes. It's because I've been doing this with the speckled egg, just taking the color right off of there. And I use that for the snowman. Oh, I forgot I added a little bit on his scarf. I added the darker color. It's hard to paint upside down. I'm not. I feel like
really
I'm missing.
You're doing really well.
I'm missing the spots that I wanted. And then I did the speckled egg just on the snow,
on the snowflakes.
And I did a little bit here.
You can see 'em right here.
Yeah, I did the mixed color on the words just so it would pop out a little bit more and have some balance to the garland up there, but.
So, Lori wants to know if you can ink acetate. And
with
Lori,
the colored pencils?
We're wondering if you're talking about painting with watercolor or actually applying ink.
You could use alcohol ink on acetate.
The normal distress inks will not dry on something like acetate.
And there's a little snow.
You can use paint on acetate. I think that would be neat on those new acetates.
Oh, the new colors of paint?
Put a little paint or splatter paint.
And there's a little snow in the trees.
It's funny how it just comes together, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm probably missing some, but I'm trying to go.
That's okay. I
I
think
feel like we spent a little bit of time here.
We did spend some time, so I think we get the idea, and it looks like it turns out really nice.
Don't be afraid to try and mix colors. So, you know, then I just matted it. Oh, what did I? Oh, I put some
a little black.
I used some. I used ink actually to ink the edges of the card base with the speckled ink, speckled egg.
Okay, so the card base
card base is white, and I just inked the edges with regular ink. But you could use whatever color you wanted.
So it doesn't look like a card base. It looks like a big square, but it's scored in the middle, and you just have to fold it. There we go. That's perfect, Teresa. Like I just thought that was blue paper, but you inked the edge.
No, I inked the edges so it matched, and then sometimes I get matchy, and then matted it with black. But look, all three are different. Well, this one obviously because I use different color pencils, but you can get, you know, a variety. It just kind of, you just have to play.
It's nice
to
see
fun
the different
thing.
Colors.
Yeah. Then on this one, I did a little bit of non-traditional, and I did use the Villainous Potion, which again I really like in the pencil. And then I did use the Picket Fence, and so I lightened it up. And maybe I will just show you what Villainous Potion normally looks like. So I did the same technique.
So did you mix the two together?
I mixed the two together. So you can see that Villainous Potion is going to be darker. And I did that one on my mat because it's not in my tray.
Teresa's looking for it
I'm
in
like,
her
where
palette,
did it
and
go?
it's not in her palette because she did it on her mat.
Yeah, I did it on my mat. Then on this one, I also mixed white in with, what did I use?
That looks like a really good patina.
I used the Salvage Patina.
With white.
And I stamped with brown on this one. You guys don't have this one. This was just another sample. And so you can see I made a little bit lighter Salvage Patina by mixing white with it because I thought it was pretty bright. So you can see the stems are still, maybe you can't, on the video. The stems are darker because I just colored right on with my pencil, and I also splattered it. But the leaves I put white, and it's kind of a shadowy.
It looks very patini.
Yeah.
And I know patini's not a word, but everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I thought it was nice just to lighten up the purple. I like the Villainous Potion a lot, but that's what I did with this one. I used the Rustic Wilderness just straight, and that's from set number 3, but you could use peeled paint instead to mix with the purple. I love green and purple together, and I know they're non-traditional Christmas colors, but...
So Teresa, we have a question that's totally unrelated to Christmas.
Yeah.
If you were going to pick out a set of pencils and you were coloring cats and dogs, Cheryl wants to know which set you would recommend.
Cats and dogs. Well, you know, set number 1 has black and brown. It has a walnut stain. And so I would probably go set number 1 because it has black.
And it has Rusty Hinge also, which I think would be a good color.
Yeah, the Rusty Hinge. You can mix a little brown with your...
So I'm going to, Cheryl, we're going to show you all 3 sets. Here's set 1. And then here's set 2. And then there is set 3. They're here.
If you wanted to make a gray from set 1, let's say you have a gray cat, because I know there's gray cats, you could mix black and white together. And so, I mean, set 3 has Hickory Smoke, but you could make a gray yourself. So I would probably start with set 1. That's what I recommend to everyone, pretty much. But cats and dogs... Katie's making a face. I don't think...
Oh, I'm sorry.
You don't have your glasses on? You
no,
can't
I
see
don't. I thought you had 7 viewers. I'm like, what?
Oh, no.
You have a lot more than 7.
So this is another one that I did. And this one, I went with traditional colors. And this is all from set 1. because I know some of you just have set one. So I used fire brick and rusty hinge and picked raspberry to make a little bit different color of red. And then I used peeled paint, just plain. And I also I had some picket fence. And I think I mixed picket fence in with the red because it got too dark for me. And I also splattered it with the picket fence. I don't.
Like a tongue twister.
I know. I don't know if you can see it or not. Maybe on the down here you can see it. Okay. I splattered with the white. So sometimes if
I can't see that,
it just adds a little bit of something. I could have splattered with the green or the red, but I chose to go with the white. Here's the color. I can show you. Here's the color that I made right here, which is very different from the fire brick. I'll just show you fire brick.
Good morning, Lori.
Here's fire brick. Well, it looks similar there, but I added pink and orange to it. So you can definitely, go yellow and add blue and get a different green if you want. It's just fun to play.
It's just endless possibilities, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Just get your color wheel out, get your thinking cap on of what color you want to make. I don't know.
That was only halfway on there, Teresa.
I know. And then if you do it in a tray, I do let it sit for a little bit because you can see this is still wet. And so I want it to dry because can you see mine, how this orange color?
Oh, it ran?
Yeah, it ran because I didn't let it dry before I closed it and tried to put it away.
Okay.
So it just takes a little bit of time, and that'll dry eventually. But then if you want to get
that
it,
tray.
Yeah, it's nice. If you just need to add a little bit of water, and there's my red color that I used.
Oh, it doesn't take much at all, does it?
Yeah, no, just a little bit. I mean, I just dipped my brush in. So you've still got that color. You can save it. But if you don't have it, you can do it on the mat, like I said, but you're not going to be able to get that exact color again.
Oh, that makes sense. That's why you would put it in your tray then.
Yeah, that's why I like the little tray. So, all right. I think that's it for today. I hope that you guys mix colors and make new colors, and I think it's fun. So, any questions? I don't think so.
My question is, how am I going to turn the video off when I'm holding the camera in one and the microphone in the other? Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, thank you again. Thank you, Teresa. It
Yes.
looks like a lot of fun. I'm sorry I missed it, but I'll go back and watch it because it looks like a lot of fun. And that stamp set is 50% off.
It is. Let's show it. Your hands are full. Why aren't you grabbing it, Katie? Uh-oh.
It's over there. I'm pointing with my foot.
Here's the stamp set. It's called Holiday Sketchbook, and it's super cute. We talked about how you made some really super cute little cards with it last year.
Yeah, that was fun. And I like the fonts of the sentiments or the sayings on there.
Here's another example on a tag. I know these
Teresa,
are
I like that.
We didn't color this one today. We don't have time, but
oh my gosh.
this is the bigger tag. This is the small manila tag. And tags work really nicely with the watercolor pencils. It's about the paper that you use. You want to use watercolor paper or a heavier, which the tags are always a heavier cardstock. But isn't that cute for a little tag?
What color did you stamp that in?
I stamped that with hickory smoke because I just wanted to try something different. It looks pretty just plain, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely. And, and then you could put all your color in a bow.
And like both of these, I didn't even color the people.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until I just looked at it. And you know what? I didn't color the person on this one either.
Well, we would like to see if anybody has, add some color to their people.
Yeah.
Maybe some red jackets or blue jackets or green jackets. Oh my. I really like this on the that tag in that gray.
That's with brown. This one's with brown, and this one's with gray.
Oh, look at that. Teresa, just when you thought you were done, you throw us another one. Those are really, really pretty and fun. And colorful and every other word I can think of in the universe today. But not bamboozled. Sorry, Teresa. You did not bamboozle me today.
All right.
Yet. So.
And tomorrow
is you again.
It is me. What? I can't believe I'm looking around. Like, who's tomorrow? I don't know.
Voila, it's you, Teresa.
Yes.
What are you doing tomorrow?
We are decorating a little wooden house.
Oh, that's right. That's going to be fun.
It's not a make it
It's
thing,
not
but it's going to be super easy and
Yeah,
cute. And
and
you
it's
guys
gonna
are
be a
going to
lot of
want,
fun.
yes, you guys are going to want to order wooden houses.
Yeah.
'Cause
And
I'm
you've
going to make
shown
one
us
for
some-
every season. I
See,
think.
that's what I think, yeah. And we have
Yeah.
a few ideas in our mind also about
Yes.
these wooden houses. So,
Yep.
all right,
All right.
I can't wait to see it.
See you
Thank
tomorrow.
you, everybody, and we'll see you again tomorrow.